Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and a beautiful, stunning, glowing, gorgeous sunset in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois on this mid-December, early winter, on a seasonably mild, pushing near record-breaking temperatures midweek out ahead of a strong cold front. 43 degrees today with a 50-degree high. No snow in the forecast. Warm air, but a gorgeous, stunning sunset today on this early winter day in central Illinois, right? And not as beautiful and as gorgeous and stunning and glowing as that sunset was. It was the exact opposite in the cryptocurrency sphere. It was a bloodbath today, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way about it. It was an absolute bloodbath, and that's been expected. And that goes into our whole theme and thesis on the overall structure of the U.S. economy that's in the tank. And as Jerome Powell said, we have record-setting inflation, the highest inflation in 4 decades since 1982. And he's saying they got to raise interest rates starting next year, sooner rather than later. And what does that do? That puts risk assets on high alert to be dumped. And the riskiest of assets sell off first. Cryptocurrency and the tech sector, right? The EV technology sector and the cryptocurrency sell off madly when there's fear of the cheap money going away and the interest rates slightly getting tighter. And you can see today, this has been expected to come down after that flash low. We thought we would double bottom, and you can see in the 4-hour time frame. That's why we always stay in the 3 and 4 hour time frame to figure out the pattern, and then go zoom on in tighter to a tighter time scale and a closer time frame to kind of get the prime details, right? Because it gives you more perspective on the market when you're looking at it from way out here versus 1,000-point drop in the minute time frame. Looks like an avalanche, right? But then you pull it out to the 4 hour and it barely moves the needle, and you can kind of see where you're at, right, with the market. But I think you're coming down. That we had that circle up there on that pinkish line because we thought we would get rejected, because in the past we got rejected several times, and we think we're coming down to $41,000, right? XRP, the same thing. We flushed now to lower support, and we're threatening to break that. We hit that 79-cent target. We've been calling XRP beautifully, and now if you can't hold that critical fib circle that's orange in the background and that blue falling channel lower support that you're on, unfortunately you're coming all the way down there in XRP. Your next underneath support and target, if you can't hold where you're at now up here, you're coming down to 57 cents, right? That's just the facts. That's just what's going to go on. These coins have been getting beaten down in the submission, and Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. Vincenzo! The fleece heisters and shysters are back! I got knocked out, beat down by the retail trader. I was fleece heisted. I got fucked. The IRS is out for everything I own, right? And I've been trying to help you sidestep and audible all this, as you're going to get wrecked. As we've been telling you, look at that. Another phenomenal call by Vincenzo. Fucking Vincenzo with these fucking rate systems are fucking me all up because they're phenomenal calls. They're money, baby. They're money, right? They're money calls. And we told you your upper resistance was that blue ring at 29.5 cents, and it got rejected. And a little bit sooner than we had it circled, but it came right down to that ring. And unfortunately, if you cannot get supported, your next underneath target is down there in XLM at 2 cents down here. That's your next target if you can't hold the current ring that you're at. It's been ring to ring to ring. These fib circles are very powerful, and you guys need to get on board. Subscribe to the station so you can stay 69 steps ahead of the criminal gangster cartel, the Ohio State University, brother, right? And just as Jim Harbaugh has subscribed to the station and he sidestepped Audible and fleeced, heisted, and shysted the criminals, as he audibled and overted and subverted the subverters and overters, and walked away with the Big Ten championship, right? And if you want to walk away with all the fucking money, you need to stay with Vincenzo and stay out ahead of the competition, all the YouTube charlatans and hustlers and snake oil salesmen just promoting the hype train. Vincenzo gives you straight to the facts, right? Just like Cardano. When people used to want me to talk about Cardano, I told you this fucking coin was coming down. We lined up the moving averages. Right there, we had the 50. We're going to delete these as we talk about them. This was going into the future in a 4-hour time frame. That would have been the 50, or that would have been the 200, the 50, or the 100, and the 50. And then the price comes back into it and gets knocked down. See that? How we have that price coming back into it and get knocked down? The price came right back into it up there and got beat down by the moving average, right? Came on down to our underneath target. See that? And we've been calling for that since we were way up there in Cardano. We'll zoom out here in a second and get you into the daily time frame so you can really get a handle on what's going on here. Ooh, I don't like to be where I'm at right now with all these semis on the left of me. But you can see, since we were way up there, we were in this rising channel, and we kept telling you eventually it was going to break down out of that. And then we had a tighter rising channel right here off the last pump. And we told you, as soon as you break this, you got an underneath target way down there at the bottom of the support zone. And that was the old man holding a bowling ball with the club foot. And it got a bullish reversal out of it. Now we're coming back down to retest the second club foot, right? And we're coming right down like we thought. And this has been a phenomenal collapse on Cardano. And all my family members were talking about it at Thanksgiving when the train was moving up. And since then, since that Thanksgiving, Cardano and anyone that's in there has lost everything, or lost all the gains, the quick gains they thought they had, where they thought they were geniuses. And they're down 62% from the top. And that's essentially all their profits, because most of them bought in on that pump right there and gave it all back on that pump and not selling. And then no matter what coin you pick across the board, they've been getting hammered. Jerome, we're going to go check out Dent. And my man Jerome's been chilling on the sidelines because he knows in the 3 and the 4 hour time frame, when you're below the 200-day moving average, you're extremely bearish, right? And look at this. I think we're getting close to the bottom of the shithouse now. Yep. Shithouse goes a long way, though. But we're getting awfully far down there now. Look at this. We've broken out of that triangle. We're going to zoom on into the 2 hour time frame. And you can see we're coming right back down there for that double bottom that we had not only circled, but we had an arrow pointed down there for you. After this descending triangle that was forming, we're coming right down for a double bottom. And then that might be a spot where there could be some buyers, because you fulfilled the quick buyback after the flush with that candle wick back there, right? So you could have some buyers, and there could be a quick buyback unless the overall market continues to sell off, where this could try to pump back up into here to back test to get further rejected maybe after that, right? So Jerome knows, as long as in the 3 or 4 hour time frame, this is in the 2 hour and you're well below that. So in the 3 hour, you're going to be even farther away from it. And as long as you're below that, this is a very bearish coin. And you can see every time it's come up to it since we broke and closed below it, we've got rejected by the 200, rejected by the 200, right? And we would get rejected by the 200 most likely again if you made a run at it. The coins are very bearish. As long as the Fed keeps talking about inflation, and now they got rid of the transitory inflation gone, which means they're going to have to start targeting inflation, which they won't target it enough, and they won't really be able to change the course of the inflation. But the risk assets, if the cheap money is going to go away, the stock market's going to take a hit, and the most over-leveraged, overvalued, non-cash flow generating businesses on the stock market will get beat down first severely, along with the cryptocurrency sphere, right? Those will get wiped. They could lose 90% if the market gets really scared. This could get much worse. In Bitcoin, you knew I had a November collapse where I was telling you back, if you remember watching the last few months, I was telling you I seen a way by early to mid 2022 where we could be sub $10,000 in Bitcoin. And I've never backed off of that. It was just delayed, not denied more, right? And I think we could be seeing very low targets if the economy and they can't settle down this inflation. Bitcoin could be cut by 75% from here, because if we zoom out to the weekly time frame, I've had some stuff chilling down there. Remember this? Price target, support after 46.69% crash, and then November target 61.69% crash. Those are all still valid. Those all still look probable, if not likely, right? That's going to happen. It was just delayed, not denied, as the pump got extended. You can never time them beautifully, but we did lose almost 30% in November, so that was a good call to start the crash. And you can see we're almost to that first target of $32,000 almost to that first target, the major underneath first target, and then the next target we got is all the way down there at sub 15,000, and then we got targets down in the shit house, right? This can get very interesting and very bad for people that didn't know this was coming and got fleece heisted and shysted by the YouTube charlatans. Peace and love.